Welcome to PodApplaud, the Monday through Friday podcast that aims to enable your podcast habit. I'm your host, Seb, and today we are going to talk about the podcast Cold. Cold is a true crime investigation podcast that chronologically goes through an investigation of Susan Powell, who vanished on December 7th, 2009. There are currently 13 episodes. Each episode is close to a full hour with little deviation. There is also a short prelude to the show you can check out on their feed to gauge your interest. The language used in the show is clean, but listener discretion is obviously advised. I'll let the show's description lead my discussion into this chilling show. Susan Powell's body has never been found. From the beginning, West Valley City, Utah police suspected Susan's husband, Josh Powell, had murdered her. They never arrested him. Cold dives deep into the case files, uncovering never-before-heard details. You'll learn why Susan stayed with an abusive husband, why Josh did what he did, and how the justice system failed Susan and her two boys. It has been inescapable. I have seen recommendations in praise for Cold everywhere on the internet. Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, articles, and other podcasts have even lauded Cold. I had cold feet going into the show because I'm not personally a huge true crime fan. I would more likely classify myself as a mystery fan who gets a bit squeamish when delving into the depths of human depravity. Regardless, the pure extent of Cold's hype drew me to this cast. Do I regret it? Well, no. Going into the show, I'd expected little deviation from typical true crime journalistic style. And to be fair, that is what I got. While the genre as a whole feels a little played out to me, Cold must be commended for its execution. The audio is brilliant. Scenes that are troubling roil with a score that sets such an icy, uneasy mood. The quality of Dave Cawley's investigation and reporting speaks for itself, as the show has gotten exclusive audio, recordings, documents, and interviews with individuals who had declined interviews up until now. The story is told with the utmost loyalty to the facts in chronological order, which I enjoy a lot more than some true crime shows that move around events in effort to tell the most engrossing version of the tale possible. The other most important factor towards the quality of this show is the inclusion of retired police detective Ellis Maxwell, who led the Susan Powell case. Ellis Maxwell's first-hand account of the investigation constantly drives the podcast forward from plot point to plot point, giving us the inside details of police activity and the strategies they used and employed in solving the case. It is rare that the public ever get to see behind the curtains with such clarity. We are used to media barraging the authorities with questions and casting doubt on the process, when police must remain tight-lipped so as not to compromise their investigation. For me, Ellis Maxwell's involvement is what elevates Cold beyond a chilling horror story. Listening to Cold had me feeling moments of concern, panic, and deep sadness. I felt disgusted and horrified at times too. Yet, despite a lot of these feelings I'd rather not be subjected to, I kept listening. So here on PodApplaud, I rate shows on a 1 to 5 scale. 1 is silence. 2 is a slow clap. 3 is applause. 4 a round of applause. And 5, of course, is a standing ovation. So, for me, a man with far too much time on his hands, I would give Cold 4 to 5, a round of applause. If you want your true crime to be more tight and punchy, or presented by humorous host, this rating may not hold true for you. But if you like the long, informative deep dive that Cold provides, it's going to be right up your alley. I would greatly recommend this cast if you want the entire Susan Powell story. If that story is a complete mystery to you going into the cast, as it was for me, or if you have an interest in the behind closed doors world of a police investigation, you will really enjoy this cast. So, that's been the show for today. I hope you found it valuable. And if you wish to reach out to me, you can find me on Twitter at PodApplaud or send an email to podapplaud@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and please tune in again.